Good morning, everybody. Will WC Review, video 2 for the day. Happy Sunday, everybody out there. This is a video on what I would consider to be a common knife. And it's really more about the company than the knife itself. And it's a good thing, so it's certainly not a bash thing. This is the Spartan Harsey. I'm not taking another take, so normally I would stop right there. But it's the Spartan Harsey special edition knife. It's about a 9-inch knife. The details aren't that important. What I wanted to get to was most people have seen this knife. I actually got this one on a trade from Mike West, who is huge on Facebook, has a great channel. Check him out if you want to get a good trade or a good price. I traded an XM18 for this, which was perfect because I didn't carry that, and I use this all the time. This is really the precursor to what I'm really wanting to talk about, but this has become one of my favorite knives. I absolutely love it. I carry it. I use it. It's perfect size. I mean, 9 inches may be big for certain people, but for me, it's just right. The action is like butter. I would even go as far to say Chris Reeve-esque. Not quite Chris Reeve, but close enough for government work, as they say. But this is the one that I got. It's S45VN. And the other knife that I had, which I'm going to get right now, and I'll get to the point, which is the Longboat Spartan Harsey. I still have it, but I'll explain. I had it in S45VN, and the lockup was very late. What that means to those who don't know is this part of the lockup was really, almost 100% onto the blade. And that causes what's called lock stick. And if anyone's ever had lock stick on their knife, it makes the knife unpleasant, it makes it unusable, and it's not how things are supposed to be. Now, I didn't do anything to warrant that because I rarely carried or used this particular knife. So with that said, I reached out to Spartan Knives. They got back to me that same day, probably within 2 hours, saying that's definitely a warranty problem. Send the knife back, and you have to print out a special form that's a Spartan form, but no big deal. And again, I'll get to the point. I sent my knife in, and within 3 days, I had my knife back. No explanation, no nothing, no questions, and I checked it out. Beautiful, right? S45VN, and I'm fiddling with the knife, and I start looking, and I don't know if you can see that, but you can. Magnacut. They went ahead and gave me an entirely new knife because the other one had lock stick. It may have been more than that. Maybe there was something that I didn't know, but what a company. And again, that speaks to, listen, these knives aren't cheap. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to talk about the price, but we all know how much they cost. That's part of the premium knife. It's not, for me, it's not an expectation, but it probably should be that when you spend that kind of money on a knife, that the people behind the knife stand up for their product. Because if you're going to charge someone $400, $500, $600, $700, $800, $900, $1,000 for a knife, and something goes wrong with it, you should fix it right away. And they did such a good job. I'm so thankful. So I just wanted to say a huge shout out to Spartan Knives. This is the Bill Harsey edition. It's the exact same knife that I had, only an upgrade. And I couldn't be more thankful. I'm so happy. So again, thank you. I love the knife. I will definitely be getting another one. But thank you to all of the premium companies that stand behind their product. I mean, I will shout out Amy Medford, Medford Knives, all of the guys, the people over at Strider, all of the high-end knives. I personally have had nothing but pleasant and awesome experiences with, especially as a customer, and the service that I've received. So, Spartan Knives, keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. I love my knives. Have a great day.